Alright, how's it going guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. A couple weeks ago now, I decided to build my first computer. So this next video is kind of going to outline how I did it and what I did. It's not really a tutorial because I didn't really know what I was doing myself, but I just decided to film the whole process and I hope you can enjoy it.
Alright, so here we have everything set together for the build. First up, we've got our 550 watt Gold Plus power supply with a 970 Evo, and you've got the Corsair LPX RAM, B450M Aorus Elite, AMD Ryzen 5 3600 and a GTX 2070 with our Gigabyte C200 case and the new monitor on the left hand side over there as well. So here we have our Gigabyte Aorus B450M Micro ATX motherboard. This is going with our Ryzen 5 3600. So here is the CPU here, and we'll just be using the standard AMD Wraith cooler with the thermal paste already applied, which is very handy. So now we're just going to put the CPU in the motherboard, lift up the boom arm just here, like that. Grab the CPU by the sides, make sure not to touch the pins. Also make sure it's facing up the right way. Your little gold arrow in the corner, which you can't really see, but that'll line up with the gold arrow on the motherboard as well. And you should just drop it into place. And it will fit, shouldn't have to apply any pressure. As you can see, it's nice and snug there, and lower the move arm, and it'll lock it in. Now we'll just be attaching the Wraith cooler. Corsair Vengeance LPX, 16 gigabytes RAM, 3200 megahertz. It's DDR4 RAM, as you can see by the shape of it, and just the little notch in the middle can only go one way into your motherboard, so make sure you get that right. So now we're just going to pull back the tabs on the RAM slots just here. And get our RAM. And they should adjust and click into place. Just like this. Just put a bit of pressure on each end, and the tabs will just click in like that. Alright, so now we have our Samsung 970 Evo Plus M2 solid state drive, 250 gigabytes we've got. And to place this in, this little slot will be just underneath your PCIe Express slot, and there's just a screw. Once you clip it in, just try and push it into spot, and it should just clip in like that, and it'll just sit there, and then you just need to screw it down. Up we have the power supply, which Thermaltake Tough Power 550 watt, 80 plus gold, and we're just going to drop it in down the bottom. Screw it into the case from the outside. So now we're just going to be placing our motherboard into the case. Make sure we line it up right with the standoff screws that are included in the case. And now we have the king of the whole build, the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 2070 WindForce Edition, which should go nicely. So first of all, we'll just make sure that it lines up and make sure to know which parts to pop out at the back. Alright, so we popped off the top two off our case, and we'll just put the graphics card in, and it should just clip into the PCIe Express slot like so, and it should sit there. And then we'll just put our screws in to make it nice and secure. And here we have what it looks like all together at the moment. Alright, now we have our monitor, which is the AOC C24G1 24-inch, 144 Hz, 1 millisecond response time, curved gaming monitor. So now we're going to go for our first boot, power it up, everything starts in the case, and nothing on display. So it is the next day now, and we do have the MSI X470 Gaming Plus Max motherboard, full ATX this one. Thought I'd go a bit bigger, and hopefully we can get this one to boot up. So as I did take the CPU off the other motherboard, I had to buy some thermal paste as well. So I had to make sure that I applied some before putting the cooler back on. As you can see here, just a nice little dollop in the middle. So as I've already showed you most of the build, I'm probably just going to quickly go over rebuilding this one and hopefully get it to boot up. So this time I thought it'd be safe to do a bit of a test boot before I put it all in the case, and as you can see, we have the BIOS screen there, and it looked like it was all good to go. And here we are installing Windows, finally. I didn't video putting it all back together in the case because I've kind of already covered that, but as you can see, there it all is. Cable management's not done yet, obviously, but yeah. There's the overview of it all built. In the end, still probably gonna add a few fans and an AIO cooler down the line, but we'll cover that later.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. A couple weeks in now, and it is definitely one of the best things I've ever done. So for anyone that was thinking about building their first PC, I would highly recommend it. Thanks for watching again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.